Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Gushin Garland and you're watching Firstpost. In the next few minutes, I get you the top 40 updates from around the world, only here on Fast and Factual. Let's get started. First up from India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting amid tensions with Pakistan. The meeting included Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and all three service chiefs were also in attendance. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio held two separate phone calls with British Foreign Secretary David Lammy and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. The world leaders discussed the ongoing tensions between India and Pakistan and encouraged both countries to maintain the ceasefire and improve direct communication. Meanwhile, India and Pakistan's Director Generals of Military Operations are set to hold a conversation today. The first established contact over the military hotline on Saturday, following which a ceasefire was reached between the two nations. The Indian Armed Forces said they observed peace on the intervening night of Sunday and Monday along the line of control. This is the first instance of calmness in the last 19 days of heavy shelling and attacks between India and Pakistan. The towns along the border, which bore the brunt of these tensions, are also slowly returning to normalcy. The chairman of the Indian Space Research Organisation, V. Narayanan, said at least 10 satellites are working around the clock to ensure the safety and security of citizens. Narayanan added that the satellites are keeping an eye on the 7,000-kilometre seashore areas of India. The ISRO chief's statement came amid heightened tensions between India and Pakistan. In a joint press briefing on Sunday, Air Marshal A.K. Bharti said Indian Army achieved all its objectives and all the pilots have returned safely. Bharti refrained from disclosing specific operational details. However, he assured the strategic goals under Operation Sindoor had been met. India launched the coordinated military operation against Pakistan on 7th of May to avenge the Pahalgam terror attack. During the press briefing, Indian Navy Chief A.N. Pramod said Navy's forward deployment in the Northern Arabian Sea compelled Pakistan to adopt a defensive posture. He said the Indian Navy has the capacity to strike select targets, including Karachi. Pramod added the Indian Navy remains deployed at sea to respond decisively to any action by Pakistan. Meanwhile, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai said the Operation Sindoor targeted 9 terror hubs in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The military action killed over 100 terrorists, including Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar's brother-in-law. Terrorists involved in the hijacking of IC-814 plane and the Pulwama blast have also been killed. Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai also said the Pakistani army has lost about 35 to 40 personnel in artillery and small arms firing along the line of control between 7th of May and 10th of May. He added that Pakistan flew several drones and aircraft into Indian airspace. However, its attempts to destroy Indian military infrastructure remained unsuccessful. During the press briefing, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai said India lost 5 soldiers in Operation Sindoor. He expressed condolences to the families of the soldiers, adding that their sacrifices will always be remembered. The DGMO emphasized that India continues to maintain a posture of restraint, with Operation Sindoor being focused, measured and non-escalatory. The Indian Air Force has released pictures showing the impact of Operation Sindoor on Pakistan's terror bases. Images released by the Air Force show Pakistani terror bases in Muridke and Bahawalpur completely destroyed after the attack. The Indian Air Forces targeted 9 terror bases in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir on 7th of May. India has reopened 32 airports that were shut amid heightened tensions with Pakistan. These airports, including that in Srinagar, Chandigarh and Amritsar, are now available for civil aircraft operations. Passengers have been advised to contact airlines directly for updated flight schedules. According to reports, India has decided to keep the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. Reports also say New Delhi is unwilling to engage in a dialogue with Pakistan at the moment. The 1960 Water Treaty was suspended by India after the terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, that killed 26 civilians last month. India's Press Information Bureau, or the PIB, continues to fact-check the lies spread by Pakistan. In a press briefing, the Pakistani military misused clips from Indian news channels, claiming those videos showed destroyed Indian air bases. However, in reality, the clip showed the destruction of a Pakistani airfield by Indian forces. The Punjab police have issued a high-level cyber security alert. Police said a dangerous malware named Dance of the Hillary is being spread by Pakistan-based hackers. The malware is targeting Indian users via Facebook, WhatsApp and email and could steal their bank information and personal data. On to business and tech news now. Indian stock markets surged significantly today, with the Sensex opening 2% higher at 1,800 points and the Nifty 50 exceeding 24,550 with a gain of over 2%. This marks the first time the markets have seen gains since India-Pakistan ceasefire on May 10th. The Indian government has extended support to the Maldives by rolling over $50 million in Treasury bill. In a statement, the Foreign Minister of Maldives hailed India's timely assistance. India has been extending such financial support to its maritime neighbour since 2019. The White House said it has reached a trade deal with China. The announcement comes after 2 days of negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called the trade talks productive and constructive. The trade deal comes after President Donald Trump's hefty tariffs on Chinese goods paused the $600 billion worth of trade between Washington and Beijing. Stocks across Asia saw a surge after Washington announced a trade deal with Beijing. Benchmark indices in South Korea and Japan edged higher in early morning trading. Meanwhile, the Shanghai Index and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index also witnessed a boost. This after a deepening trade war risked a global economic slowdown. Meanwhile, oil prices have surged following positive signals from the US-China trade discussions. Brent crude futures claimed 0.4%, while the US West Texas Intermediate rose 0.5%. Reports say positive negotiations between the world's two largest economies could increase crude demand as trade. Chinese battery giant CATL aims to raise as much as $4 billion via a Hong Kong share sale. The world's largest electric vehicle maker plans to sell nearly 118 million shares in the Asian financial hub. The final price for the shares may be announced on Tuesday, and public trading will start on 20th of May. US President Donald Trump is planning to sign an executive order to slash prescription drug prices by 30 to 80%. The order would likely impact certain drugs covered by the Medicare program, which provides health insurance to roughly 70 million old Americans. The proposal is also expected to face fierce opposition from the pharmaceutical industry. Google has agreed to pay nearly $1.5 billion to the US state of Texas to settle two privacy lawsuits. The cases accuse Google of tracking users' location, incognito searches, and voice and facial data without their consent. Electronics giant Panasonic has decided to cut 10,000 staff, which is 4% of its total employees. Half of these staff cuts are planned for Japan and other half of the overseas. The move is part of a major restructuring effort that will incur a charge of 130 billion yen or $895 million. American donut company Krispy Kreme has paused its partnership with fast food giants McDonald's. Krispy Kreme sells donuts in over 2,400 McDonald's restaurants as of now, and the chain does not expect to add more restaurants in the second quarter of this year. Moving to sports, we begin with cricket. India's cricket ace Virat Kohli announced retirement from Test cricket. The 36-year-old took to social media and said he is walking away from the format with a heart full of gratitude. The cricket legend played 123 tests, amassing over 9,000 runs. Taking to social media, Kohli said, and I quote, "I will always look back at my Test career with a smile," end quote. Reports say the 2025 edition of the Indian Premier League is set to resume across 4 venues next week. The exact date of the resumption of the tournament is yet to be announced. The Indian Cricket Board (BCCI) postponed the remainder of the tournament last week amid rising India-Pakistan tensions. Bengaluru captain Rajat Patidar continues to recover from finger injuries sustained during the win over Chennai. The batter was advised to refrain from training for at least 10 days before the injury could be assessed further. Patida would have missed at least 2 games had the IPL not been suspended temporarily. In football, Arsenal and Liverpool play a 2-2 draw in the Premier League. Michael Merino scored and was then sent off the field. This as Arsenal came from 2 goals down to draw with the Premier League champions Liverpool. Nottingham Forest's hopes for securing a Champions League spot took a huge hit as they played a 2-2 draw with relegated Leicester City. After a 1-1 scoreline at the end of the first half, Chris Wood gave Forest a 2-1 lead in the 56th minute. But an 81st minute equaliser from Leicester sealed the game at 2-2 tie. West Ham inflicted a 17th Premier League defeat on the season on Manchester United. This as the Europa League finalists continue to struggle in the Premier League. Goals from Thomas Sosek and Jared Bowen secured the victory for West Ham. This lifted the visitors above United into 15th place on the Premier League table. Manchester United's Lenny Yoro suffered injury during yesterday's 2-0 loss against West Ham. The French defender was limped off in the second half and looked distraught when he left the pitch. The injury comes just ahead of the Europa League final on May 22nd. In tennis, men's world number 3 Carlos Alcaraz advanced in the Italian Open. Alcaraz beat Serbia's Laslo Djere 7-6, 6-2 in their round of 32 clash. After winning the match, Alcaraz said it was a really tough beginning, but he eventually found a good path in the match towards a win. Women's world number 3 Coco Gauff advanced in the Italian Open. The American beat her Polish opponent 7-5, 6-3 in the round of 32 match. Gauff will meet British star Emma Raducanu in the round of 16. Indian archers finished second behind South Korea at the Archery World Cup 2025 Stage 2. Indians brought home 7 gold of 1 silver and 4 bronze medals. The compound archers won 5 medals, including 2 gold medals. 2 bronze medals were won in the recurve events for India by Deepika Kumari and Parth Salunke, respectively. And finally, from the world of showbiz, the 2025 BAFTA TV Awards spread honours widely, with industry's Marisa Abela winning leading actress and Jessica Gunning for Baby Reindeer, adding a Best Supporting Actress BAFTA to collection. Mr. Loverman scored dual acting wins, while Mr. Bates versus The Post Office claimed Best Limited Series. Danny Dyer took home Best Male Comedy Performance. In an interview, actor Tom Cruise called his former wife Nicole Kidman a great actress. Speaking about his collaboration with Stanley Kubrick, Cruise revealed that he suggested Kidman's name for the film Eyes Wide Shut. Cruise was married to Kidman from 1990 to 2001. Pop star Miley Cyrus has addressed swirling rumors of a family rift, clarifying close bond with her mother Tish after speculation about an Instagram unfollow. "She's my best friend," Miley affirmed, while admitting past challenges with her father Billy Ray. Miley emphasized that family remains her top priority as she enters her 30s, noting that this time has helped heal old wounds. Action icon Jackie Chan expressed concern over Hollywood's reliance on CGI for stunt work. He called it double-edged sword. While acknowledging that technology makes stunts safer for actors, Chan lamented that loss of realism and the numbing effect on audiences. However, he stressed he doesn't encourage risking lives for dangerous stunts, as he once did. And Marvel's Thunderbolts topped the box office again with $33.1 million in its second weekend. The film's global box office collection now stands at $272 million. Meanwhile, Minecraft, the movie, passed the $400 million mark in North America. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. I am Gushin Galan and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed.